I love that every day in Animal Crossing New Horizons is a surprise. I spend all day cleaning up my island, building what I need, and exploring everything. Then I get to wake up with the excitement that now the bridge I was working on is completely built, or now I get a ladder, or now my trees are grown. Logging in every day has been a joy, and to be honest, I've gotta go check and see what's going on right now. Bye.
Inventory management is a big part of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and while some of these elements provide exciting incentives for players, other things like juggling my pocket space and crafting materials can be a huge headache. A certain level of organization is expected with sim games, but that structure needs to feel meaningful and sensible within the constructs of the game world, or else it's just tedious. And unfortunately, New Horizons is more of the latter.
Animal Crossing gives you an insane number of options for clothing. Within the first few days, I had more shirts, more shoes, and more pairs of shades than I had in almost any other game I've ever played. Some days, I dress my guy like Zach Ryan, tight jeans, a denim jacket, boots, but sometimes, I'm goddamn Elton John in a sequin onesie, menacing Tom Nook and making best friends with a museum owl. The possibilities and combinations are seemingly endless, and I love it.
Even though I was only a day or two behind my friends who started playing Animal Crossing on Friday, goodness have I felt incredibly behind. This is largely because of just how slow those first few days on the island are, and while I get that Nintendo has likely designed this section of the game to be a slow introduction for new players, and probably didn't expect so many of us to be home with little else to do, I did find myself incredibly frustrated by the limitations of, not being able to visit a friend's island on day one when everyone else I knew was off swapping fruit and fishing together. I wish there had been some kind of internal levers in the game that allowed quicker advancement through this portion that do restrict you from exploring the full breadth of what New Horizon has to offer.
Animal Crossing New Horizons doesn't leave you with a lot of mobility once you've placed your original homes and museum. For a game that has endless customization, you aren't able to change the major landmarks on your island, forcing you to lock in your town's design right out the gate. Which, if you're playing for the first time, can drive someone wanting to create nice symmetry on their island a loss for words, wishing they had thought things through. However, getting past that, the endless adventures and museum time with friends and endless discovery on beaches distracts quite nicely from the indebtitude of the fearless Tom Nook. Although I'm told you can move buildings after resident services is upgraded, but with Tom Nook, there's always a price.
This isn't specific to New Horizons, but it's been a minute since a mainline Animal Crossing game, and I just love that Animal Crossing makes an effort to pace out your playtime. From waiting until the next morning to see the tree you planted sprout, to the painful moments when you have to wait until Nook's Cranny is open to sell your bugs, fish, and whatnot. Oh, and if you've been selling to the box outside for 20% less than market value, stop doing that. Know your worth. Just place them outside. It's fine. It's been peaceful to not feel rushed by the thrill of in-game progress. Of course, there's always time traveling, but that is honestly so much more effort than I'm willing to put in, and I like that slow pace.
I actually love that New Horizons only lets you do so much in a day, without resorting to time travel, of course. I enjoy every relaxing moment spent collecting the resources I need to upgrade my house, the museum, the shops, even saving up bells to pay off my debt to famed capitalist playboy Tom Nook. But when there's nothing left to do that wouldn't feel like boring, grindy nonsense, that's how I know that it's time to put Animal Crossing away for the night and play Doom Eternal instead.
On top of events and different sets of bugs and fish to catch, seasonal recipes make me feel incentivized to play this game all year long.
Animal Crossing New Horizons is great, but you know what's not great? It's menus. For a game that requires you to go through so many menus, why is it so clunky? First off, these store options are way too similar. Why can't they just be buy and sell? And don't make me click grab one 20 times to be able to fulfill the sell 20 weeds options for the Nook Miles Plus? And why when I do something like release a bug, does it go into this weird animation and completely take me out of my inventory? I'm serious, I love this game, but its menu and inventory system, they need some work.
Every time you enter a building, there's a noticeable load time. Same goes for entering a room inside that building, even the fitting room in the Able Sisters shop, or when someone comes to visit your island. or when someone leaves your island. I've spent a lot of time watching that basic circle closing transition screen and staring at the little island icon at the bottom right-hand corner of my screen. When Sony said the PS5 would significantly cut load times, I thought it was cool, but not groundbreaking since a lot of load times have already gotten better. Then I played Animal Crossing New Horizons. Suffice it to say, I'd love to see this game running on PS5 because these load times kill me.
Just like with New Leaf on the 3DS, Nintendo made the design decision to limit the number of islands per Switch console to 1. While the idea of having multiple people in the same household share an island, connect, and work together is really noble, it also creates a very lopsided experience for the secondary players. You see, in the world of Animal Crossing, not all villagers are created equal. The first player to join an island remains the sole decision maker for the course of the game. Plus, one player jumping on in the morning and harvesting all the resources will kill the fun for everyone else, since these resources are only refreshed once a day. In essence, there are fewer things to do for all players if they share an island. The 3DS was a portable device designed for a single user. The Nintendo Switch, by comparison, is a home console, able to support multiple users and Nintendo accounts. The decision to only have one island per console may protect the game's economy from user exploits, but it also severely impacts the experience for multiplayer households. I'm sure Nintendo's designers could have come up with some other ways to counter the exploits besides buy 3 more Switches.
The villagers in general are just really sweet. I love that they call you by cute little nicknames, and they even refer to your friends who have visited your island. Finding and returning their lost items adds a nice level of variety to the chat with your villagers loop, and using Photopia to take photos with your residents and other villagers can make for plenty of basic fun. Special visiting villagers have their own fond place in my heart. Daisy May is adorable, and I love the surprise of Sahara's mystery wallpaper and flooring, even when they turn out pretty ugly.
So most of the villagers that come to visit your island are cute and lovable, but not all of them. You see, sometimes you get some smug idiot or some cranky jerk who shows up thinking he's going to be the next big Hollywood star, and they're just there to irritate everyone. Why can't I have the option to sit down with these guys and be like, hey, you're just not Hyrule material. You gotta go. Get out. I'm sorry, champ. And the worst part is when you have a visitor at a campsite and you're trying to reserve a plot of land for them, only for some other jerk to claim the plot of land that you're trying to reserve. What the hell?
There are so many different things to buy and craft. I'm always excited to build my world exactly the way I want it. Presents from the sky and gifts given to you by your villagers or mailed from friends adds a welcome variety to the mix. And the Designs app has led to some stunning pieces too. I suck at this stuff, but I'm looking forward to trying my hand at it, and I really love seeing what everyone else makes.
I love visiting my friends' towns or hosting a little get-together, but it's safe to say that New Horizons multiplayer is a little bit bare bones right now. On a strictly organizational level, there's no indication of how many people you have on your island, how much room there is for other visitors, or really just if everyone just up and leaves and there's like one person hanging out at your museum looking at your fish or whatever. Like, it would be nice if we had some way of kind of tracking, how many visitors can come and go via multiplayer. Furthermore, it'd be kind of cool if there were some actual mini games. New Leaf's Island Tours had some great mini games, and you can create your own mini games if you unlock a timer. But there's really only so much you can do with your own tools.
Seeing other people's islands and shopping is a blast, but all the fun I've had in Animal Crossing multiplayer is thanks to, well, the players. The Nintendo provided experience is bogged down by load screens, and without anything for friends to do or accomplish together, a lack of any meaningful purpose.
I remember when the first Animal Crossing game was announced for Nintendo 64 almost 20 years ago. Nintendo said it would be a new genre, a communication game. 2 decades later, Nintendo's vision is alive and well. I'm playing with 3 kids in my household, so if one of us needs a particular resource to craft something, we donate and trade. We tell each other in real life about bugs and fish we saw in game. We've even perfected speed fishing, where one player throws bait and the other one casts a lure to try and nab rare fish before month end. So that's how I got my stringfish. Thank you, Doc. I'm always impressed with how Animal Crossing inspires us to work together in such unique ways.
I have over 100 hours in Animal Crossing thus far, and I'm not kidding when I say I've spent at least 30% of that time clapping like an idiot at all of my friends. all of my villagers, anytime I build something, every time I've seen a fish, and anytime I try on new clothes. In fact, I'm clapping like an idiot right now just thinking about it.
For more on Animal Crossing, check out how to get rid of some of those pesky villagers, or learn how to make your very own Spider Island. And of course, for everything else video games, keep it here on IGN.